Hey everybody, back at it again, and as you can see, gonna be doing a bit of another tier list, but as you can also see, this is My Chemical Romance, every single song minus their newest one. Um, because I guess they haven't updated their tier makers yet. So when I get to the end, um, I'm gonna say where I would put the Foundations of Decay. But I have been a big fan of this band since high school. For me, that wasn't. Wait, never mind. That was a bit of time ago. Yikes. We're gonna ignore that. But I've been listening to them since about, I want to say, junior year. So that was about 2015, 2016. So it's been a minute since I started listening to them. Um, so yeah, we're gonna be doing a tier list, doing all these. I like doing these. These are fun. Um, so as per usual, top tier is gonna be tier maker jail, and then at a row below, that would be purple. We'll go with, or is that more of a? It's kind of more of a blurple. Go more purple. Yeah, that's a good one. Um, really, the best. I'm gonna change that color. Gonna make that one blue. Name this one a banger in every a banger in every right. Um, this one's gonna be, I guess, green. Um, since there's a good amount of songs, I didn't count exactly how many there are. I'm gonna have more tiers. Probably not all of these, but I'm gonna have more tiers than other tier ranking videos that I've done before. Let's see, banger in every right. Then we've got what's something that I could say? Let's see, we got a banger in every right. Really the best. If we want to do like 5 tiers, we'll do 6. So this will be the lower end of the good part. So this will be finally some good food. Um, this one is going to be the first of the lower tiers. So I'm going to delete that row. This one's going to be enjoyable. Yep. Yeah, oh, nope. Perfect. That. Okay. Misclicked. Let's see. Yellow. And that one will be. Honestly, I probably skip it. Actually, I'm going to have another tier below this one. And you'll see why in a second. This is going to be the lowest of the main tiers. This one's going to be. Sorry, but no. I feel like that's pretty explainable. And this bottom tier, I'll make this one like this pink. And this one will be, or is it more like a fuchsia? Magenta? We're going to go with magenta. I think it's magenta. Sorry, but no. And then this one will just be transitional / haven't heard. So starting off, I'm gonna go ahead and just put like all the transitionals down here because I don't really want to rank them because I don't feel like there's songs that I can really rank. And there are some of these that I'd never heard of existed before. I'm clearly a fake fan. Um, let's see. Let's see. Sister to Sleep. No, I've never heard of that one. So I'll have to do some catching up. Interlude Live will be down there as well, because not only have I not heard it, but it sounds like it's a transitional. Look Alive, Sunshine, although it does transition well into Na Na Na. Let's see, Jetstar and the Cobra Kid. Good Night, Dr. Death. And I think that is all of the transitional songs. And I will now start in on the songs that I have not heard. So that will be First Chance, Jack the Ripper Live, the Under Pressure cover, An Offering, and Every Snowflake is Different. I believe that's it. Yes, that would be it. So that's the lowest tier. That's the transitionals. Haven't heard yet. But all the rest I have heard, including some of the covers down here. I feel like that might surprise more that I haven't heard, like Sister to Sleep. Honestly, I've never heard of that one. An Offering, Every Snowflake is Different. Jack the Ripper Live, First Chance. But I've heard Common People. I've heard The Drugs. I've heard Song 2. Oh, is The Drugs a cover? I think it is. And All I Want for Christmas Is You, obviously. So yeah, we'll get started on where I will put these songs. So apparently we're going to be, this is just how it's laid out. So apparently we're going to be going through album by album by album. So starting off with the first album that they ever did, 2003, we've got I Brought You My Bullets. I brought you my load. We just call it Bullets because that title is so long. Let's see. So first track, Honey, This Mirror Isn't Big Enough for the Two of Us. Honestly, Bullets is probably my least favorite album, just because a lot of it is screaming and a lot of it is very edgy. And I feel like they didn't have enough time to iron out the kinks and give it the best production it could have gotten on some of these tracks. So some of these songs are going to end up lower. I don't think... No. There's one that I just don't like hearing. We'll get to that when we get there. But we got Honey, This Mirror Isn't Big Enough for the Two of Us, which is one that I always like. So I'm going to put this one in. Really the best. I know, after all that smack talk, really the best. Vampires Will Never Hurt You. This is another one that I don't really listen to very often, but I don't think I dislike this one. It's not one that pops in my head very often. I'm gonna put it in enjoyable. Yeah. Drowning Lessons. I love that they just cannot play this song because this song is just cursed. The song is just cursed. Every single time they tried to play, I mean, if you're watching this, you might have already heard this, but in case you haven't, every single time they tried to play this song, something would go way wrong. And they just decided this song is cursed. Either they were joking or they were being serious. They decided that this song was cursed and just took it off their set list for the rest of the time that they were doing tours and such. So I just find that story funny. I'm going to put this one in Finally Some Good Food. Oh, what is going on now? My mouse stopped working. That's what happened. Our Lady of Sorrows. Will I get hate for this opinion? Will I get hate for this opinion? Honestly, I probably skip it. I don't listen to it very often. Now I love the I love the I don't want to say contradiction. It's not exactly. I've been drinking, so I'm not remembering all of my vocabulary. So I'm not exactly remembering. Not contradiction. Along those lines, I'll probably remember it later, and I'll be like, "Oh, this word," and you'll be like, "What?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, from that." It doesn't matter. I'll put this one in enjoyable. I might move it up later. Not entirely certain yet. Skylines and Turnstiles, easy S tier. Like, that one's my favorite. That one is my favorite from this album. I've listened to that one the most repeatedly. This one's interesting because whenever I hear it, I'm not like that big into it because it's very long and it's very, I don't want to say one note, um, but it keeps popping up in my head. It's weird. It's very weird. It keeps popping up in my head. Um, so I guess I'm gonna put Monroeville. I'm gonna put it in Finally Some Good Food. Uh, I'm not certain just yet, but I think that's a good placement for it. I think that's a good placement for it. And also, I'm not gonna be like rearranging them from like, oh, this is my favorite of this tier and this is my least favorite of this tier. Like that's a lot of work. I don't want to do that. This is the best day ever, and this is the one that's probably gonna get a lot of you to say bye bye from this video because I'm gonna say sorry but no. I am not a fan of the song. Every time I try to get into it, I'm just not. I can't get into the song. It's and then we got Cubicles, which a lot of people seem to like. Um, honestly, I probably skip it. Like I'm a little sorry to say that because I know it's kind of like in with this album. It's kind of like a fan favorite, but for me personally, Cubicles just doesn't really do it for me. I feel like it's a bit overly cheesy. And to round off Bullets, we got Demolition Lovers, which at first I didn't really like because I was very used to the shorter songs from Three Cheers. I don't want to say Black Parade and shorter songs, and Danger Days. But then we got Demolition Lovers from the first album, and it's over 6 minutes long. It's like, it grew on me, so it's gonna start out a banger in every right. I love the Lovers songs. Like their entire story, I thought was fun. Um, it's very subtle throughout these first two albums, but yeah. Okay, Three Cheers, which is honestly probably my personal favorite from the group. I really like Black Parade, and I really like Danger Days, and I really like uh, Conventional Weapons. But I don't know. There's just something about this album because this album right here, this is the one that got me into um, MCR because I hadn't really heard them before because I'd always, you know, I was in a middle school and high school, and whenever somebody talked about MCR, they're like, "Oh yeah, that emo band," and everybody would always have like a bad cloud over it. So it's like whenever you hear of like emo music, you think, "Oh, I don't want to listen to that. Nobody likes it." But then I heard Helena when I watched um, House of Wax, the remake from the mid 2000s, and I was like, "What is this song? This is good." And I looked it up and was like, "That's My Chemical Romance." Oh god, I'm gonna have to get into them. So I bought this album, like physically. I bought this album. I have every single released albums. Like I don't have the EPs for Conventional Weapons, but I have all the albums, and a majority of them I have the Japanese CDs, which have the bonus tracks on it, and that's how I got acquainted with 0%. Um, but enough of that stalling. I just wanted to bring that up because a lot of this is going to be. So Helena, banger in every right. Give 'em hell, kid. Whew. This one is noise. It makes not a lot of sense, but I love it. It's a lot of fun. I'm gonna put this one in finally some good food because I do like it, but not as much as like the rest of the album. To the end. This is one that I got really obsessed with, and I didn't even know it's a Faulkner story, isn't it? Um, it's a very interesting song when you know like what it's based off of, because I feel like it's a good summation of that story. Um, that's beside the point. This song itself is a lot of fun. I'm putting it a banger every right. It's not quite in really the best, but it is a banger in every right. You know what they do to guys like us in prison? Like, do I even need to say it? Do I need to say it? Really, the best. I'm not okay, I promise. And I played this one on Guitar Hero a lot because it was really fun and it helped me practice to get ready for hard mode because I was playing on not medium. Yeah, medium mode. Normal mode. Yeah, normal mode. Medium. Um, but yeah, I played this one a lot senior year. This was a lot of fun to play. Um, hmm. I can hear the guitar solo, but I'm gonna put it in a banger in every right instead of really the best. Um, yeah, the Ghost of You, um, heartbreaking song, very sad. Um, banger in every right. The jet set life is gonna kill you. This I feel is a rare take. I don't really. Granted, I haven't really interacted with much of the fan base in years, but the jet set life is gonna kill you has always been one of my favorites. I love just how it sounds, and I love how ironic the usage of auto tune is, like the pitching that happens in the chorus. I love it. It's thank you for the venom. Um, when I first heard this album, I really liked it. I feel like over time I started to not enjoy it as much because its lead from the very cool opening is not as exciting. Um, Despite that, it's definitely going in finally some good food because, as I said, this album is probably going to be occupying the top spots the most because I have a strong bias for it. Hang 'em high. This is one of those that whenever I hear, I'm like, yeah, let's bring on that final chorus. Um, so I'm gonna say a banger in every right. I'm gonna change this one. I'm gonna change this tier name to Make My Ears Bleed. Thank you very much. All right. Let's see. It's not a fashion statement. It's a death wish. I'm thinking, as if I don't already know where it's going. As I said, it's the lover songs. Cemetery Drive. Yeah, that one's a banger in every right. I never. Of course, I'd put. I never told you what I do for a living. Like it's a direct continuation of Demolition Lovers. That's exciting every step of the way, and a lot shorter. Like it has such a haunting outro. Okay, so now we get to the songs that I would say are probably my least favorites from the album. The demo, Bury Me in Black, Desert Song. I'm gonna hold on to that one for a second. Desert Song. This one I honestly probably skip it. I know why the song exists, and I honestly relate to it, but I don't like hearing it because I relate to it. Bury Me in Black. demo. Yeah, I'm gonna put this one in enjoyable. I don't think there's anything necessarily bad about it. It's just out of all the rest of Three Tears for Sweet Revenge, it doesn't quite hit it as much as I would like it to. But granted, it's a demo, so I'm not gonna be so hard on it. Yeah. The reason why I did not put the end in transitionals is because it is a vocal track and it transitions well into Dead. I know it just says, not a transitional, but that's because it is a song by itself. So I think to start off, I'm gonna put the end in finding some good food. It's not the one that I go back to the most from Black Parade, so I'm actually gonna put it in enjoyable. Dead. Ooh, that one's going straight into a banger in every right. Sorry, not sorry. This Is How I Disappear. This is one of my favorite songs. The Sharpest Lives. So I've said my opinion on this song. I don't dislike it. It's very different. I just feel like there are better songs on the album. And there's another take I have later on in Black Parade that I know I will not see good responses to. So now that one's gonna be fun. But The Sharpest Lives, I'm gonna put this one in enjoyable. It's not quite in some good food. But I wouldn't say that it's something I would skip. I don't actually I'm gonna hold on to that. Anyways, welcome to the Black Parade. The one that literally everybody knows. The meme. The meme. Like you can hear the start of it, I'm sure. Like I feel like everybody's heard the song at least once in their life, and if they haven't, they're probably lying to themselves. Or they're very recently born, because this song was everywhere. Like, even when I first heard this album, like all the way through, I went running downstairs to my dad and I said, I've heard this song before. I'd never listened to this album. I've heard this song before. And I played it for him and he said, oh yeah, I've heard that too. Like, everybody's heard this song. And I do like it. But yeah, I'm gonna put it in some good food. I think it's some good food. It's more than enjoyable, but it's not like something that I'm going back to. I feel like that's because it's like that song that everybody knows. And I don't mean that in a bad way at all. I just feel like it's not connecting as much as I would like. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on that. I Don't Love You. I think until recently, I did not really like this one. So originally, it probably would have gone in either, honestly, I'd probably skip it or sorry, but no. But I'm going to put it in enjoyable. I'm going to be nice. House of Wolves. I do like House of Wolves. However, I'm going to put it in enjoyable. Yeah. Cancer. Ooh, that's a banger in every right. Like it was like second tier at the very worst. Like Cancer is like it is a hard hitting song. It's very sad, very tragic. It's not exactly like my favorite from the album. Would it be? Yeah, no, actually, I'm gonna put this in "Make My Ears Bleed." Thank you very much, which is funny considering how the song actually is. Mama. I feel like I'm predictable in that, right? Because Mama's like a song that I feel like everybody that's listened to MCR said, "Oh, I really like this one." And by the way, I lied. I lied about my tears. I lied about my tears. And I will not say I'm sorry about lying for my tears because sleep. I'm gonna make this the blurple. Actually, I'm gonna change this one to the blurple. No. No. And this one's gonna be purple. And this one's going to be Sleep's Tear. Because I believe it deserves a tier of its own. It is my favorite song from My Chemical Romance. End of sentence. The very end of the sentence. That's the one that I go back to the most. That's the one that I said, this is the best one. I'm also going to change this to I might skip it instead of I probably skip it. Because now there's nothing wrong with Teenagers, the song. It's like a more modern day version of Smells Like Teen Spirit. Of course, like those two songs sound nothing alike, but like in vibe, this song feels kind of like it. However, I don't care for this song. I'm sorry to say it, but I don't really care for the song. It's fun, it's a bop, but out of all the songs from the album, it's just a weird placement because you go from Sleep, which has this very big climactic feel to it, to Teenagers, which just is a weird placement at the end of the album, considering it's a concept album. Like, I don't feel like there's an album for this song because I don't think it belongs quite in Three Cheers, and it definitely does not belong in Danger Days. So the only other place that it could be in would be Conventional Weapons, which that also doesn't really work for it. So it's an anomaly song. I'm not the biggest fan of it, just because it's not like that fun for me. I feel like the chorus goes on a bit too long at the end, like 3 times. Really. And then we get to Disenchanted, hot take. Finally, some good food. I feel like not enough people talk about Disenchanted. Like, I get it. It's like at the end of the album, and coming off of Teenagers, it's not nearly as exciting. But like, this album is supposed to be theatrical, and Disenchanted is meant to be like the 11 o'clock song. You know how every musical has like a ballad-esque song near the end of the show? That's the 11 o'clock. And I feel like Disenchanted is that song. So I can't fault it for being how it is. Like, the entirety of the album has been very theatrical. So I'm not going to say that it's weird or boring, because I don't think so. It's very, I wouldn't quite say cynical, maybe more nihilistic. Because, I mean, it is about being disenchanted with life. So then we get to Famous Last Words, which I'm going to put this one in Make My Ears Bleed, Thank You Very Much, because that one is, hold on, let me see if I can fix this. Make my ears bleed, thank you very much. No, I didn't fix shit. Blood. I don't care here. My Way Home is Through You. This one is a banger in every right. I just now realized that Dead was the only banger in every right until this point, until we got to the B-side tracks. Oh, I am so sorry. Um, Kill All Your Friends. I understand why this was a B-track song. I don't dislike it. I'm gonna put it in enjoyable, but it's not quite a song that I go back to. Heaven Help Us. Yeah, yeah. I just heard this one. Alternatively named Stay. Someone out there loves you. Um, I'm surprised that it took until now for me to hear this song. I'm gonna put this one up in Make My Ears Bleed. Thank you very much, because honestly, I think it deserves it. The Five of Us Are Dying is like Welcome to the Black Parade, but not as fair. I understand why it was saved for the 2016 album re-release, the 10-year anniversary. I'm pretty sure it was 2016. Let's not guess. My Chemical Romance. Scroll. I was right. 2016. 2016. I really hope that Foundations of Decay isn't just a single. I really want to hear more from them, because 4 albums, 5 albums, I want more. I'm greedy. I'm selfish. I want more. I know the reason why they broke up, and I know that they weren't really having fun with it, and that's an entirely valid reason. But I would really appreciate if they did more, um, because the band means so much to me. Um, but back to this. The Five of Us Are Dying. I'm going to say, honestly, I might skip it, because it's not really a song that I listen to it very often. Party at the End of the World. This one is a bop. This one's fun, but I'm going to put it in enjoyable. Not That Kind of Girl. This is a very interesting song. I'm going to put this one in Finally Some Good Food. If I'm not entirely fond of that ranking for that song, I might move it. This is another one that I just heard. House of Wolves. Version 1, of course. I don't know if this is a hot take, but honestly, I might have preferred this version 1. I might have actually preferred version 1 to the one they released on the album. So I'm going to put this one in a banger in every right. Emily is also going in a banger. No, Emily is going to Make My Ears Bleed. Thank you very much. All the Angels. This is one that I like to sing, but not quite one that I like to hear, which is weird to say. So honestly, I might skip it. So that concludes the Black Parade. It's a bit more mixed. I like the album a lot. I mean, a good majority of it is enjoyable or higher. But in general, it's not like my favorite album from them, which is kind of weird, because everyone's always like, this is their best album. I'm like, well, is it? I mean, 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge is right there. Just saying. All right, so getting into Danger Days. This is a very interesting album, because it has such a different sound to it. So starting off with Na Na Na. We're gonna start off well with a banger in every right, because I do like Na Na Na. Bulletproof Heart. Now, that's a song. Make My Ears Bleed. Thank you very much. That final chorus when they go into the gravity don't mean too much to me. Like, honestly, I replayed that section at least 12 times in the last listen. Really good song. Really good song. Sing. I hope I don't get hate for this opinion, but honestly, I might skip it. Actually, well, if I get into the song, if I start listening to it, then I'm like, oh, okay, this isn't that bad. But I feel like the lyrics aren't exactly that cool for me until we get to the bridge. I think the bridge is really good. But I feel like the rest of the song is not as hard as I would like it to be. This is a very interesting album. So Planetary Go. I'm not normally a fan of like the electronic kind of sounding songs, but this one's pretty fun. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this one's actually pretty fun. So I'm gonna put this one in. Finally, some good food. Yeah. That's gonna go in that. The only hope for me is you. Oh yeah, I took out all the transitional songs, so of course we're already here. Although there's that one that's after this one, but you get what I mean. The only hope for me is you. This is like the emo breakup song of a generation. Where do I want to put this? I don't think it's quite in Make My Ears Bleed, thank you very much, so I'm going to put it in a banger in every right. Party Poison. That is also a banger in every right. Now here we go. Save Yourself, I'll Hold Them Back. Now that's a song that I will want my ears to bleed for. Hold on. I'm changing my stance because I make the rules around here. Those two get their own tier. Those are the only exceptions. Maybe. There might be one more. But I will allow no more than 4. I will allow no more than 4. Scarecrow. Ooh, I said to my friend this take, and he was like, "What? You don't?" I'm like, sorry, but no. I don't like this song. I don't know what it is about this song, but it's not a song that I like. And I don't know why. I really don't know why. Summertime. Ooh, I love this song. I love it. I love it a lot. It's such a good vibe and just very enjoyable. And Destroya. Yeah, Make My Ears Bleed. Thank you very much. Kids from Yesterday. I hated this song when I first heard this album. I feel like it was because by the time I got to the end of the album, I was like, I'm so tired. So whenever I can hear it by itself, it's a lot better. So Kids from Yesterday is going up in a banger in every right. I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion. Again, I don't interact with the fan base all that much. For better or worse, I have seen the fan fictions that this fan base writes. I don't want to get involved with that. I'm in enough with Ruby. I don't want to see that. Vampire Money. This song is so funny. Like, again, if you're here, you probably know about My Chemical Romance's history, but this song is so funny because it's part of that that timeline of how you get from 9/11 to 365 Days becoming an international bestseller. I know that's a very weird thing to say, so I'll try to break it down as quickly as I can. So 9/11 happens, obviously. Number 2 is that who's there? Gerard Way. Gerard Way, frontman for My Chemical Romance. Um, they become big, they become popular. Who notices them? Who decides to write a book? Who decides to make a wish fulfillment fan fiction of her and Gerard Way together? But they're not like those names, obviously, because it's kind of weird if you make a book that has that kind of, first name, last name thing going on. So, person changed the name, so it would be something else. That's right, Stephanie Meyer, writer of Twilight. So we have this wish fulfillment fan fiction that becomes big, becomes a international sensation, so it becomes a movie. And Stephanie Meyer approaches Gerard Way and asks him to be Edward Cullen. He laughs, says no, writes this song. So this song exists as like a no, haha, screw you, I don't care for your movie. Which I think, honestly, that's a serve. Then we get to, since, as Twilight's becoming big and big, we got E.L. James. E.B. James? No, I'm pretty sure it's E.L. James. Who wasn't satisfied with Twilight, thought that it lacked in the whole department of sex because it was for a younger audience, so makes 50 Shades of Grey. Who thought 50 Shades of Grey didn't go that far? Whoever wrote 365 Days, I don't remember her name. So that becomes an international bestseller as well, for reasons I don't know. It's just bad writing, but that's beyond the point. So that's how we got from 9/11 to 365 Days. Domino effect. Vampire Money. Make my ears bleed. Now we're down to the last three of the Danger Days era. Conventional Weapons is also part of the Danger Days era because it's the in-between Black Parade and Danger Days where they're trying to find exactly what sound they want to go for. But I count Conventional Weapons as its own overall album, so that's separate from this. So we get to We Don't Need Another Song About California. I'm going to put this one in Finally Some Good Food. Yeah. Planetary goes a bit lonely. Wants some friends. 0%. I told you there'd be another. God, not again. I told you there would be another. This is I'm a Liar, but I Love These tier. No, I'm not going with that. The best of the best, everyone needs to hear it. Yeah, I said what I said. FTWWW, because I don't want to get demonetized. Not my least favorite of the Missile Kid songs. I'm gonna say this one goes into enjoyable. It's not my favorite from it, but the Masters of Ravencroft, that one is a banger in every right. I love that one. And Black Dragon Fighting Society, that's a weird one. I'm gonna say honestly, I might skip it. It's not bad. I just not really in the mood for it. Boy Division, because we're getting into the last big album release that they did, and they only released these in 5 EPs, 5 releases. So we got these two as release 1, these two as release 2, 3, 4, and 5. Boy Division, honestly, the band that I want to make has a name derived from this, so of course I have to put it in Make My Ears Bleed. Thank you very much. At the very lowest, Tomorrow's Money. This is I won't quite say it's a surf rock song, but it kind of sounds like it. I'm not against it. I'll say Finally Some Good Food. Ambulance, love it. Love harmonies. Gun, that's a banger in every right. The World Is Ugly. Honestly, I might skip it. I know I'm going barreling through this album, but it's because I don't. Not true. The light behind your eyes. Song makes every MCR fan emotional. Actually, this is gonna be the fourth. I will allow a fifth. Never mind. I will allow a fifth. Kiss the Ring. That is Make My Ears Bleed. Thank you very much. Make Room. Make My Ears Bleed. Thank you very much. Actually, I'm gonna put Make Room in the best of the best. Everyone needs to hear it because I personally love chaos. I love not being able to understand what the hell's going on in my songs because it gives me an overload in my sensories and I like to just clock out. Surrender the Night, that is Make My Ears Bleed, thank you very much. And Burn Bright is also Make My Ears Bleed, thank you very much. And I feel like I'm maybe biased a little against the Black Parade, which is interesting. Honestly, I don't think the Black Parade's bad. Overall, it's probably my number 2 least favorite. Just because I'm not the biggest fan of Bullets, not like the sound, not the biggest fan of it. Yeah. All right, so we are done with those. So now we're getting on to the extra songs that are either written by someone else, written for a movie, or a cover, or a legacy song. Those are the 4 exceptions. All I Want for Christmas Is You. The song made me laugh when I listened to it, honestly. Like, it shouldn't be good, but it's a banger in every right. Astro Zombies. I don't want to make my ears bleed, thank you very much, too big. But I also don't really want to move anything down. Or up, for that matter. I know that I was considering moving Surrender the Night into the top tier, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna put this one in a banger in every right. Like it's no, actually I'm gonna put it in finally some good food. Common People, yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really care for it. Sorry, I just didn't really care for it. Honestly, I might skip it. Desolation Row. I know what I was just saying, but this one's a banger in every right. It deserves it. The Drugs. It's all right. It's all right. Honestly, I might skip it. Fake Your Death. A nice legacy song. I enjoy it for what it is. It is enjoyable. And finally, the last song. Finally, song 2. I don't remember exactly who this is the cover of. Oh God. Granted, I could just look it up. That way I don't have to pretend and end up looking like a dork. Song 2. Blur. It's by Blur. I knew it started with a B, but I was going to say the wrong one and I was going to look like an idiot. I've heard Song 2 before listening to it recently, which I was kind of surprised by because I was like, I've never heard Song 2. And I listened to it, I was like, okay, maybe I have. That one's a banger in every right. I feel like that's like the lowest I could put it. Am I satisfied? Am I satisfied? Do I want violence? I will allow 7. I will allow a top 7, like the 7. And I will put Skylines and Turnstiles up here. Again, not saying for like the best of this grouping. Well, that's not true because I said Sleep is the best one, so I'm going to ignore my rules. Who cares about rules? That one's gonna be up there. Sleep is obviously the best, as I said earlier. And then I never told you what I do for a living. Those two can occupy up there. And I will reorder this so that it is right there. Let me look back through. This I'm satisfied with. I like this tier. I like this tier. Make my ears bleed. Thank you very much. A banger in every right. Are there any songs that want to move up? Are there any songs that want to move down? Yeah, I'm gonna move Na 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 up into Make My Ears Bleed. Thank you very much. This shows that my second favorite album is most likely Danger Days, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I think so. Despite there being 2 Danger Day songs in the top tier, and these two, these two. You know, I'm gonna move this up into banger on every right. Screw it. I make the rules. I knew it. I knew I was gonna remember the word. I knew I was gonna remember the word. I knew that after a while of filming, it would come to me. Head first of Halo, juxtaposition, because you have such a happy sounding song, and the lyrics are just very depressing. Like it's about suicide. It's very not happy. But the song itself is very like it's juxtaposition. That's what I like about it. It's juxtaposition. Um But I put that in some good food. Is it some good food? Is Head First for Halos some good food? Is this some good food? Actually, I'm gonna swap these two. I'm gonna put Monroeville down. I'm gonna put Head First up. So banger in every right. Done. That's good. Finally, some good food. Is that good? No, it's not good because the sharpest slides is going to go up here. With that, I am content with that tier. Enjoyable, I am certain that I'm content. Yeah, I'm content with enjoyable. Honestly, I might skip it. Let's see. Yeah, I feel like that's a good expression of how I feel about those songs, because If I'm in the mood for them, I'll listen to them. But if I'm not, I'm just gonna skip them. So honestly, I might skip them. And sorry, but no, never changing. I'm not a fan of those songs. I won't want to listen to them. That's the end of that. So yeah, that's this tier. That is this tier list. We're gonna save and download this monster. Are you gonna are you gonna do it? Download? God. Alright. And I will change that name as soon as I decide to and remember to. Other than that, that's the video. Oh my god, this is such a long video because there's so many songs to talk about. But yeah, let me know if there's anything that you would personally change for this tier list. I don't want you to type down every single song from here because that is a lot. I don't want you to do that. But tell me what you would change. Tell me if there's anything that you feel like I might have missed. I promised at the start that I was going to tell you where the Foundations of Decay would be. Foundations of Decay, that is the best of the best. Everyone needs to hear it. And it's not just because of recency bias. I love that song. It goes up there. So top 8. Top 8. Best of the best. Everyone needs to hear it. Foundations of Decay. If you haven't heard it, go hear it. All right. Now that that's done, let me know if there's anything you would personally change, where you would put certain songs that I didn't like higher or certain songs like less that I love. Let me know your favorites because I know for a fact that not all of these are favorites. I know that Sleep isn't exactly the most popular. I know that 0% hasn't really been heard that much. But yeah, like those I love to play those back every single time I hear them. They're just I really appreciate this band. This is one of my favorite bands. And I'm so glad they're doing tours again. I'm sad that I can't go see them. But someday I will. Someday I will. Yeah. Let me know your thoughts below. If you like this video, like it. Make sure to subscribe for more videos like this. I'm still working on that Resident Evil video. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's filmed. I just need to do more editing on it, and then it will be ready to be put onto YouTube. I'm trying to do a little more with it than I would normally do, and I've had other things going on. So that's going to take a little bit longer. But as I said, all those other videos that I have planned are still going to be made next month, obviously, because it is almost July as the time that I'm finished filming this. It is 4 minutes to midnight. So hope you guys had a happy Pride Month. Getting into July. Yeah. So hope you have a good one. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.